guys, it's Gretchen and welcome back to my channel. Alright, so for today's video, it is kind of a haul, but it's a small haul. I recently went to Sephora because I've had that, that Beauty Insider event card burning a hole in my wallet since I got it. And because I am a VIB Rouge member, because I spend way too much money at Sephora, I got 20% off my entire purchase. Well, I've been sitting here going like, all right, what am I gonna buy? What am I gonna buy? What am I gonna buy? And finally, the day before it ended, I made it into a Sephora store. But I didn't get as much as I thought I would. I mostly tried to get things that I've used before, that I really needed to like maybe replace because I was running out of it or I'm close to running out of it. So I didn't really get a lot. So this is just a mini haul. This is not an over the top kind of haul that other people seem to do when they go in Sephora. I didn't get any kind of like eyeshadow palettes or anything like that, but I got some necessities that I think, that I need. So I thought I would just show you what I decided to get during that whole Beauty Insider thing. So if you're interested to see what kind of makeup I decided to get, you should keep watching. I feel like this is gonna be very underwhelming because that's the size bag that all the stuff I got is in. So I didn't get like this huge haul that other people seem to be doing. I got what I needed. That's okay, yeah. So go ahead and just pull that out. All right, so I will say that there is, actually no, I've tried everything before. I was gonna say, there's actually one thing in here that I've never tried before. Well, I guess technically there is one thing in here, but I've tried the brand before. I've just tried a different scent. So I'm gonna start with that one. And it is actually a rollerball because even perfume was included in that whole discount, which perfume's usually never included. But I did get a rollerball, and this is by Tocca. I think that's how it's pronounced, T-O-C-C-A, Tocca. But this is a rollerball for one of their scents. The scent is Cleopatra. I usually go for Florence or Colette, but they didn't have either rollerball, or they didn't have a rollerball for either of those scents. So I tried other ones, and I found that I really liked Cleopatra. It kind of gave me more fall-y vibes. So I decided to get that. Tocca is actually cruelty-free. Perfumes are one of those things where I'm not gonna toss it out if it's not cruelty-free. I already own it. I spent a lot of money on those perfumes. Might as well use it up and just not repurchase it. So now I'm trying to find companies that don't test on animals, and Tocca is one of them. So this is just a roller ball. I didn't go all out until I decide if I really like this particular scent. If anyone is curious, the notes in this perfume are grapefruit, jasmine, tuberose, I don't know if I pronounced that right, and vanilla musk. To me that just sounds, especially with that vanilla and that jasmine, kind of sounds a little fallish to me. There is one that has like patchouli in it, which is probably one of my favorite scents ever, but they didn't have that rollerball, so I went with Cleopatra. Actually, I'm not even sure if it's a rollerball. It may be just one of the small spray ones. I think it's a small spray one now that I think about it. But that's the first thing I got. All right, so everything else is makeup. I didn't get any kind of skincare just because I'm pretty set on the skincare products that I have. But the rest of this makeup is stuff that I've tried before and stuff that I liked before. So nothing new or out of the ordinary. First up, we have Kat Von D's Lock-It Setting Powder. I love Kat Von D's Lock-It Setting Powder. I almost got, I think, Too Faced's setting powder, but I've never tried that before, so I was like, I don't want to get it and then not like it. But I know I like Kat Von D's, and I'm very much almost out. I'm like sitting there taking the container that I currently have and just shaking it like upside down with the lid on, but it's the only way I can get all of it out so that I can take my sponge to set this face. And I will tell you one thing. Some people say that, oh, you know, certain makeup products aren't necessary, blah, blah, blah. Lock-It setting powder is, or any kind of setting powder. This was a few weeks ago. I did my makeup and I completely forgot to do setting powder. And I noticed it. There was a huge difference. So if you're not using setting powder, it could change your makeup game. So just saying. Next up is the ever so sought after Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. Again, something that most people are probably like, oh, that's not necessary. You don't really need to set your makeup with the setting spray. I find you do. I find it lasts way longer. I took a 2-hour nap earlier and my makeup is still looking flawless. So, and I'm sitting there going like, you know, arm all up on my face. I personally find that this is necessary. Usually I get the chill hydrating one. This was one of those times where I just wanted to see if I noticed a difference, and I figured now was the time to do that. But I know that Urban Decay's setting spray is something that I like. Now whether I just get the all-nighter or if I stick with the chill and hydrating remains to be seen, but I find it to be necessary. Next up is a primer. Now I just recently got a new bottle of the Kat Von D primer, which I really like that one, but I do like to kind of have variety when it comes to my primer. So I went for Too Faced Hangover, the Replenishing Face Primer. I really like this stuff. I don't like it as much as Kat Von D's, but I do like having options. And right now the Kat Von D primer is the only one that I have. So I decided to pick up a tube of this as well. I usually use this one, the Too Faced Hangover primer. I usually use that one if I've accidentally left my makeup on the night before, my face is looking rough, you know, you take it off and then you gotta put a whole new face back on. Or if I just have been exceptionally rough on my face during the week. I don't know if that makes any kind of sense. But it's pretty much like you've had a hangover for your face and you need to kind of renew it. That's how I look at this primer. So I don't use this all the time, but if I'm finding that my face is looking exceptionally in need of repair, this is what I usually use. Ooh, I lied. There is one product in here where I use said product every single day, but I've never had this shade. And that is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush. I use the shade Dazzled all the time. Like 99% of the time, that's the shade I use. But I picked up Risque in this blush just to have a little bit more variety. This one is more of a nude, whereas Dazzled kind of has like a rosy tone to it. This one is kind of like a nude blush with a hint of rose to it. But I just wanted to have some variety. I completely forgot that I got this. I'm really excited now that I got this, so that's cool. But yeah, the shade is Risque, and it is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush. All right, so I got two concealers, and I have found that I liked both. Wow, I just realized that I got a lot of Kat Von D and Too Faced and Urban Decay. It was a little healthy mix of everything. So I got two concealers. One is by Too Faced, one is by Kat Von D. I really like both. Too Faced is a little bit more full coverage, I think, and I got the shade Very Fair for Too Faced and Light 5 Neutral in Kat Von D. I am usually a cool or neutral undertone. Really depends. I am never a warm undertone. Usually what happens is I get multiple kinds of concealer, and whatever ends up being the lightest is my under eye concealer, and then whichever one is a little bit darker, because let's be honest, when you get to be this light, they're pretty much all the same. That's like when I cover up some spots on my face that are unsightly in my mind. But yes, I always have at least two different kinds of concealers on hand. Right now, the Tarte Shape Tape is what I use consistently for under my eyes. Wanted to have a little bit more option in the concealer department because I feel like concealer is that one makeup product that I personally cannot live without because I'm always touching up spots. It's the Too Faced Born This Way concealer as well as the Kat Von D Lock-It concealer. Can't live without concealer. All right, two more products. First one is Kat Von D, and it is my go-to eyeliner for my top lid, which is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper? Is it Trooper? Trooper Black. I've mentioned this before. I don't put actual eyeliner on my bottom lid. I take like a black eyeshadow, take a specific brush and just tap it into the waterline. Whereas with my top lid, I do use an eyeliner, but then I also take that same black powder and fill in areas that I may have missed with the actual liquid liner. So I just recently got one that I'm currently using, but since this is my holy grail eyeliner, I always make sure that I have an extra one, so that's what this is. And finally is an Urban Decay product. It is one of those color correcting fluids. I use three different kinds. I use the pink, yellow, and green. This one is the yellow one. I recently got a pink and a green one, so they are like completely full. They'll last me a while. But my yellow one, I've noticed, I've been like kind of trying to scrape the edges. Yellow is for like dullness, and so I will put them And I know, like, I can't remember the color that says that is for dark spots. I wanna say it's like purple, but I found that this does a better job at covering my very few dark spots. So I always get yellow for that. I also remember reading somewhere that because of, like, you normally associate green with like covering your acne, but I remember reading somewhere that the shade of red that acne puts out can't be completely corrected with green. So they suggest using yellow instead, which is what I do. And I have found that yellow works better. So for like my green one, I'll do that on my cheeks or like around my nose right here because that gets red. But if I get a random pimple that pops up, that's a different kind of red. So I always use yellow. If that makes any kind of sense, I don't know. I may just be making shit up. Why not? Might as well just go with the flow. But yeah, so that's what I use yellow for. And so I just wanted to make sure that I got a tube of that before I completely ran out of the one I'm currently using. But yeah, so that's all I got.
That's all I got.
From the Beauty Insider appreciation event. Again, I am a VIB Rouge member, so I got 20% off my entire purchase. That may not seem like a lot of stuff that I got, but if you utilize makeup like this every day, you know how expensive it can be. You know, that's a pretty good mini haul. I'm not gonna be one of those people that gets like a massive bag and comes out with a whole bunch of crap. I would like to be, but unfortunately, I can't afford that 20% off or not. Should let me know in the comments below if you use any of these products. Not much else to say about that, but yeah. So that was my Beauty Insider mini haul. But that is it for this video. I don't know what this was. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big ol' thumbs up. Go on down there and hit that subscribe button wherever it may be. Go ahead and hit that notification bell if you want to know when I upload a video and in case YouTube feels like telling you, because it seems like a lot of people don't think that bell actually works, but you never know. But until next time, bye guys.